DegreeWorks is an online tool that App State students and academic advisors will use together to monitor progress towards graduation. You can think of it as a degree roadmap that will help you plan out your journey and track where you've been. To access DegreeWorks, you can navigate to the App State homepage and use the AppleNet section to find the link. Use your App State username and password to log in. Start by reviewing your personal information at the top of the page. This section will list your class status, which is based off the number of credits you have officially completed, your intended or declared major, minors, your cumulative earned hours, your assigned academic advisor, catalog year, assigned campus, and more. If you have questions about any of the information or would like to change it, you will want to reach out to your academic advisor. You can find your assigned academic advisor's email address by clicking on the envelope icon at the top of the page. By clicking the three dots next to the envelope icon, you can access class history, which shows a historical list of your classes broken down by semester, the GPA calculator, and allow you to quickly access your advising notes. Below your personal information is the Progress Overview block, which will display your overall GPA once final grades have been posted at the end of your first semester. The rest of the page is broken up into blocks. This can be overwhelming to look at first, so we suggest collapsing all the blocks and then looking at them one at a time. Notice the blocks towards the top of the page that display completion indicators. These blocks mimic the program of study requirements that are listed on the undergraduate bulletin for your specific catalog year. The number of requirement sections will vary for each program, and therefore the number of blocks will vary from student to student. For example, the intended major for the student displayed is criminal justice. Criminal justice does not have a required concentration, which would display as another separate block, and minors are also displayed as separate blocks underneath. Going back to the top, the first section is the degree requirement overview and shows all the requirements that you will need to complete to earn your degree. Now let's look at how to read and understand the other blocks with completion indicators. I'm going to use the general education block as an example. The icons on the far left side will show you the status of each requirement group. You can either hover over the icon for a description or use the legend at the bottom of the page. For each requirement group, you will see either the registered course that is or will fulfill that requirement, the semester it was taken or will be taken, the course credit hours, and it will display the final grade once posted at the end of the semester. If you have not taken a course to fulfill that row's requirement, for example, second year writing, or there are multiple courses needed to fulfill that requirement, the still needed section note will provide details on what you're missing and options for what courses you can take to complete it. Before we look at other blocks, I do want to mention that as a brand new App State student, your general education block will look a little overwhelming at first. Our general education has themes or groups of classes to choose from for the integrative learning experience and the science inquiry sections. We are now looking at a brand new Students DegreeWorks page. When you select the general education requirements block, you will see all of these themes listed for those sections. Until one theme has been selected for each of these sections in self-service, DegreeWorks will show all the themes that are available to choose from. This student is also a great example of what it will look like when there are extra program requirement blocks. The remaining blocks that do not have any completion indicators Highlight lists of registered and completed courses. The number of these blocks will vary from student to student. Be sure to read the block title and ask your advisor if you're unsure of what that means. For example, fall-through courses are courses that are not meeting any of your degree requirements. Sometimes these are courses you transferred in that need to be petitioned for credit, or are courses that can be potentially overridden by your college records team to fulfill a requirement. However, this is not always the case, so it is important to work with your advisor each semester to prevent taking courses that will be considered fall-through courses. This next block will show you in progress and pre-registered courses. And finally, the last block is the notes from your academic advising meetings. DegreeWorks can also be easily viewed on your phone. Be sure to review your DegreeWorks page each semester to identify what requirements you still need to fulfill before you meet with your academic advisor. DegreeWorks updates once a day at midnight.